All right, Diane, thank you so much. The Jackie Robinson Family YMCA has named its new gymnasium after longtime community leader and executive director emeritus. Oh, that means you're old, dude. Michael Brucker, recognizing his commitment to San Diego. Man, everybody knows this guy. He's one of the... he's also a candidate for our San Diego Mount Rushmore, if you will, and I'm honored to sit next to him once again, Mr. Michael Brucker. Michael, congratulations on this recognition. Listen, there's tons of YMCAs out there, but to be honored by this YMCA is even more special. Perhaps you can articulate that.
It is special, especially when you consider the name that's hanging out in the front of the building.
That's where I was going with
the Jackie Robinson Family YMCA. And so it's a tremendous honor. And Paul, you know, they say it's oftentimes said appreciation is oftentimes the best gift you could ever give to somebody. And that's what people want. We don't get that. We don't get that recognition. And you don't do the work to be recognized, but to be able to have people truly excited about doing what happened last Friday was a tremendous feeling.
Well, let's talk about that a little bit. I mean, you were there at the Y. You were at the helm for how many years?
23 years.
23 years. And you took it from pretty much a mom and pop operation, right?
Well, the operation had been there since 1943.
But it was small. I mean, what was the budget then?
It was small, $450,000.
All right, when you left, what was the budget?
$4.1 million.
How many people were working there when you got there?
Maybe 10.
How many were working there when you left there?
200 plus.
All right, so I mean, that's quite the growth.
But that's happening in a lot of places, and I think it's times like these where you get this gift of appreciation, and you want to self-depreciate, say, no, I don't deserve it, I don't want it. But in many cultures, they talk about receive the gift, be thankful for what you're getting. And so when current board chair Robert Ito called me many months ago about what he wanted to do, the thought in my mind is that this really hadn't been done in the YMCA of San Diego County ever, as he just mentioned. And so, but he continued on it, he stuck with it. And then current board, longtime board members, Gene Bailey, who've been on the board for 40 years, Amos Johnson, over 50 years, Dee Sanford, who you've had on here with the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Human Dignity Award breakfast. They all rallied behind it, and here we are. I've got a gymnasium in my name.
So you should actually do the first basket. I mean, did you shoot one while you were there?
I've already done that.
All right. All right. So the gym has your name on it, but I guess I associate the pool with you because that was the big undertaking, was it not?
Well, it's the whole thing. We demolished the old Y. We raised close to $40 million to build this new Jackie Robinson YMCA. But Paul, when I think about the gym, I'm just going back on the drive over here today. I'm thinking about all the gymnasiums I've ever played in my life. Now, we know there's a lot more going on in the gymnasiums at the Jackie Robinson YMCA than just basketball, hoops, and hustle. But, we've had dinners for survivors of violent loss. We've had so many things in there, our big events. We've had thousands of kids come through, had nothing to do with sports. But when I look back in my life of all the gyms that I've ever played in and the people that have influenced me and the teammates that I've had that I'm still connected to this day, and I'm hearing from them over the weekend about this recognition, and they really everybody talks about how deserving it is, how appropriate it is, how long time coming it was. But at the end of the day, you just don't know if the work you're doing is really making a difference and until you hear people say it. And I think that's the challenge for all of us is what can we do today to make an impact on somebody's life?
Is there a moment either from the ceremony or just in your tenure there that when you think back on your time at the Y, that this is the first moment your mind goes to, be it a good one or a bad one?
Well, I love coaching. I came to San Diego in 1980 to coach basketball at San Diego State. And during those 7 years, we went to the Sweet 16, and we had an NCAA tournament appearance, and we had NBA players on our team. Michael Cage played. Tony Gwynn was our point guard. But in 1987, when I made the decision to leave coaching, I felt there was more that I could do with my life here in San Diego, and it all went back to a gymnasium in Detroit called St. Cecilia's, which was after the riots in Detroit, an inner-city gymnasium where Sam Washington, the Hall of Famer back there, he took an old church gym and converted it into a basketball mecca, and it developed anybody that was anybody through Detroit came through that gymnasium. As a result of that, I came in contact with people like Bill Norton, who is the guy that's responsible for me being where I'm at today. I was the custodian in a Catholic school in Southfield, Michigan, and one Sunday they had a basketball game for a team. They had not won a game the year before, and I'm setting up the gym, The team goes out, they're losing at halftime, and then one of the players ran down the hallway to come get me because the coach asked if I could offer any pointers for the team in the second half. I ended up coaching that team in the second half. We won that game, ended up coaching the rest of the season. We won the championship. But those players went to Brother Rice High School, and Bill Norton, who was a legendary coach there, he needed a ninth grade coach, and they recommended me, and that's how I got to him. We won there, won the championship. The following year, Bill calls and says to me, I've got a new ninth grade coach. And I'm sitting there saying, what the heck? What happened? He says, because I want you to be my first ever varsity assistant.
Wow.
That year, Paul, we won the state championship in Michigan. So the movie Hoosiers is real. But Bill was the one who introduced me to Dick Vitale. And Dick Vitale, and you know where it went with Smokey Gaines. You know, Bill was called to be with the Lord about a week ago. And so I've been back and forth to Detroit to support him and his family. And I deliver the eulogy at his service. But I think these are the people that come into your lives through a gymnasium, and we just don't want to lose those memories.
Well, we have to call it a conversation, but I think there's a saying, I'm going to butcher it here, but you know, most of us go through our lifetime tree and see what we can get, but it's the people who spend a lifetime trying to give, is that what makes for a special life, and I think you, sir, certainly fall into that letter.
And Paul, I've told you the same many times. You've done the same with PPR. And I know you don't like this, but I'm going to tell you right now, in my children, we've had 5 children and 4 played Division I NCAA sports. They couldn't wait until PPR came out every Friday because of you.
I'm not in your leagues, and I never will be. But I appreciate the kind words. Michael, as always, you're a good friend, and we enjoy your gymnasium.
Thank you.
I hope to enjoy the gymnasium one time.
You will. All right.